Coming off of a successful season, Indianapolis Colts long snapper Matt Overton sits down with Danielle for an exclusive where we'll get to know about Matt off the field.
So we're at the Colts Grille, and you said you have a favorite for me.
Yeah, the Colts Grille has a phenomenal quesadilla on the menu that I have every time I come here.
I want to know about you, so take me back to the childhood of Matt Overton. I want to know what you were like as a kid.
I played football starting at the age of 8.
Okay.
And my grandfather is a former head coach. My mom's a huge fan, and so is my dad. So they put me in organized football when I was really young, and I was cut my first year of football. And I went to the team that took all the cut kids, you know, just all the leftovers. And so it was my first football experience wasn't the best because I remember crying and being devastated because my friends made the team and I didn't. And then I made the team the next year, and then just played all the way through high school, and then left Tracy for college. Yeah, just one of those little stories that I like to share now that I'm in the NFL and had some success with football. You know, just telling the young kids that sometimes you get cut, but just keep on plugging along, and good things will happen.
You know, I love your story because it's so unconventional. You didn't take this cookie cutter path to get to where you are. You really fought and scraped for it. Did you ever at any time say, I'm never going to make it to the NFL? Like, this isn't just not going to happen?
No, I never really believed that, but there was times where I just was ready to hang it up, especially after 2011. You know, this is my, 4th or 5th year out of college. The window seems to get smaller and smaller and smaller. But fortunately enough, I just kept working at it, and that's where Maurice Clarett and I became really good friends. And we lived in Nebraska together, and we trained together. And he's the one that kind of mentored me and pushed me to keep on working for it. And fortunately enough, it was like I put all my eggs in one basket that year. And fortunately enough, I was in the right place at the right time, and the Colts saw me.
You do a lot with Riley, and what I like about you is that you are so selfless, and you take so much time to go visit these kids, and you make friendships with these kids and their families. How did you get involved in it, and why is it so fulfilling to you?
Well, when I came here, the Colts get the players involved in the community as much as they can, and one of the sponsors and partnerships that the Colts have is with Riley Hospital. So I went there a couple times during my first year here and was just blown away by how awesome it is. It's a somber place, but it's also a place of a lot of hope. And so I just saw how they treated the kids and the families and all the staff, and how it's an awesome place to be if you have to be in that circumstance. And they just treat everyone so good. And I've heard so many amazing stories from the families and kids involved that it was a no-brainer for me to give back and help Riley where I could. And fortunately enough for me, they extended their hand out to me and wanted to partner with the Kids Foundation. So I said, let's make this happen. And I enjoy meeting the patients there, once a week during the season. And I've become really close with a lot of the kids too. And unfortunately, I see a lot of the same kids there all the time. And it's just a reality that that sucks, but those kids are an inspiration to me and so many people. And they live life with a smile on their face, and they're just amazing. And to see young kids give back to other patients in the hospital with their nonprofit organizations is pretty cool. And so I get a thrill just being involved with them as much as I can.
Stay tuned as we continue our conversation with Matt Overton. Here's more of Danielle's one-on-one with Matt Overton.
So like we said, there's more to you than football. And the first thing I noticed was you've got some really cool cowboy boots on. So I want to know.
Show those bad boys off right there.
I mean, they're pretty sweet. Heavy duty, too.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah. So I'm guessing you're a country music fan.
I always liked it living in California, but I wasn't a huge fan. I was more of like gangster rap, rock. I listen to everything. I still listen to everything now.
Little Tupac?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, and but when I moved to Nebraska, that's when I really embraced the country scene. And so when I moved to Indianapolis, I was like, man, this is love out here, and it's not really country out here. It's I mean, we're in Indianapolis, but
we're progressive.
Yeah, it's a favorite hobby to do in Indianapolis is go to a country concert.
And Carrie Underwood, if you're watching.
Yep. I know you're married to an NHL player, and he's Canadian, but I'm single and available, and I'm American. And
NFL is better.
Well, NHL has guaranteed money, so.
Yeah, this is true. So we're talking earlier, and I really want to know. I think it'd be really cool just to look in your cell phone and see how many famous people's numbers are in there, because I know you know people and you're really social. So who is a celebrity that we may not know that you're actually pretty good friends with?
Acquaintances with MC Hammer.
Stop.
Yeah.
Hammer time.
Well, he actually lives in my hometown.
Really?
Yeah, so I went to school with his daughter. She's about 2 years younger than I am.
Okay.
So we went through elementary, middle school, and high school together.
That's funny.
His nephew played football at my high school. And so he's like been like a public figure in my town. And it was funny, when he first arrived into Tracy, California, population at this time, maybe 50,000, he drove a Hummer before Hummers were known to be legal to be purchased by human beings, not in the military. And he had like the old school Hummer, so this big old black piece of steel rolling through, and his license plate said Hammer's Hummer.
Oh my gosh.
So when he showed up into town, it was known that MC Hammer was living there. And I got to, we do some things in the community together, and so he's a cool dude. Also, Kathy Griffin.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's pretty funny.
Yeah, she is. She's nonstop crazy. Gotta love her though. Went on her show, escorted her 96-year-old mother on the show that's on the show with her. Yeah, she's just it's cool. Her show is a lot of fun, and she's hilarious, and got to have dinner at her house and kind of see her outside of the TV element.
Well, and I'm glad that you came and hung out and stopped by before you
sure.
go bask in the California sunshine and it's still negative 50,000
I know.
degrees
Good
outside.
luck to you guys out here.
I know. Well, thank you. And guys, we had so much fun. We're going to send it back to you in the studio.
And be sure to follow Matt on Twitter at @MattOverton_LS.